Imagine a peace dialogue where the girls arrive not with words, but with AK-47 rifle and rocket launchers. So, Mr. Kevin, Governor Rada claimed banditry has dropped by 70%.
Since this government, since Tinubu, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Let me tell you one thing. When Tinubu was about to be inaugurated, I was watching for one thing from him to see if he will do it, and he hasn't done it to date. There's insecurity across the country, but in some states, banditry has taken like not one, not two. In some states, you have about 5 or half of the whole state taken by banditry. Those ones have turned that place to their own territory. They collect taxes, they like govern. It's happening in Zamfara. It's happening in Katsina. It's happening in Niger. When I was in Abuja, Niger, close to me, when my friend confirmed, after his brother was kidnapped, he said, look, let me tell you, there are 5 local governments in Niger State that have been taken over by bandits. Even in Kwara now, there's now an incursion. If you hear what is going on in Kwara, they're sacking committees too. Now, you would expect that instead of declaring a state of emergency in a state that is not insecure, like Rivers State, then we as a country will be more serious and look at states like maybe Zamfara or Katsina or some other states where people can't even go to farm. To declare state of emergency and wipe and flush all these bandits out. But we didn't do it. Okay? There's no sign of seriousness when it comes to insecurity in this country. Imagine we're even talking to these bandits to come for peace meetings. Kachalla came to a peace meeting with rifles, AK-47 and RPGs to discuss with government. Shows how bad it is. You see, if you want to tackle insecurity, this is not how you talk to. This is not how you come to the table with people. They don't have the infantry to even do that. It shows how bad it is. I feel this government doesn't have the will to tackle insecurity. A government that has the will to tackle insecurity will not even negotiate with these people. They will enter the forest and they will flush them out. Instead, they are flourishing there. They are even mining. Illegal mining is ongoing there. So that's a problem. This government doesn't have the will to tackle insecurity, and it is a problem. It has spread to other parts of the country. There's virtually almost no forest where we don't have these people, and it's a problem. Do you know right now that to travel from one city or from one town to another, the probability of you being safe is not up to 50%. Anything can happen. Anybody you see is traveling from one city to Nigeria by road, is just under the grace of God, honestly. The video you saw recently about that man that came to somewhere around Edo State and was going back on the road, on the way. What did he see on the road around the Auchi area? So they discovered that a bus was just relayed on the road. All the passengers were taken inside the bush, and one of the passengers was gone down on the ground. It was one that was not that he was very tough and not turned around and said they must go and carry that dead body. Okay, which they did. It's that bad. Even a celebrity is that bad. That is why you see airlines are making so much money now, because most people are scared. They want to see if they can gather enough money and fly by air. This government doesn't have the will to tackle corruption, and God help us. I don't know whether they are doing it because they want re-election. If you have guts, declare a state of emergency in any of the states in the north, then there is insecurity. Yes, somebody told you that. Why were they saying that? This is what you are doing in Rivers State. But look, you have not even done that in some states. Goodluck Jonathan declared state of emergency in some selected local governments in 3 states: Borno, Yobe, and parts of Borno and Yobe. Yes, I think part of one other states. Nothing like no sign to say you want to flush in banditry. Even in Abuja, it's happening. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kevin. Actually, the Katsina Peace Dialogue exposed the complex dilemma of security in Nigeria's northwest, I mean. because we have bandits, we have kidnappers, we have Boko Haram, we have even Lakurawa recently in that zone. So, on one hand, dialogue has reportedly reduced attacks, according to the governor. Clearly, he cited that 70% drop in banditry. On the other hand, the legitimacy granted an armed bandit leader entering a peace talk with AK-47 rifle and RPG raises concern about the state authority and the country at large. There are no easy answers here. Military force alone has not solved the crisis, and dialogue without disarmament risk entrenching criminality. The broader issue is socio-economic. Poverty, unemployment, and lack of state presence have created fertile ground for banditry. So the real test is this: can dialogue be a temporary tool for the escalating while the state simultaneously invests in governance, justice, and development? Or will this approach normalize the rule of guns over the rule of law? The path has never been tougher. Nigeria is at the crossroads. So beyond Nigeria, the world is shifting. Three global powers, the UK, Canada, and Australia, have thrown their weight behind Palestine's recognition. For some, it's hope. For others, it is betrayal. Either way, history is being written before our eyes. So, Mr. Kevin Jabo, as a Pan-African voice, do you see this as a moral stand for justice, or simply geopolitical chase dress as compassion?
Well, if you honestly, I'm very frank with you. There is serious genocide ongoing in Gaza. I think both sides need to cease hostilities. From the look of things, Israel does not want. In fact, Israel Netanyahu came out to reply, and these three powers who recognized, UK, Canada, and Australia just recognized that Palestinian state. But in reply to that, not up to 20 hours, Netanyahu said, no, there will never be Palestinian state. And Trump is fully behind it. In fact, Trump wants Gaza to be his next Trump Plaza project. He wants it to be a site, destination site, like you have a visa in Spain, Seychelles, where you just build like turn Gaza to a tourist destination. So they want everybody out. In fact, they even offered the Palestinians who are presently there. I think there are about 2 million Palestinians in Gaza, about 2 million. And so far, coming from I don't know if that is the real stats, we are hearing that almost up to 650,000 people have been wiped out in Gaza. Okay, that's an ongoing genocide. Those who were for the war, I think you need to change their mind and say, look, we can't. These things can't just continue. Children have been killed, parents have been killed. There's no water, there's no light. You see them carrying their plates, see them emaciating. So a lot of countries are actually concerned. UK, that's a strong US ally, is now turning back to say, look, we need to recognize the Palestinian state, and Israel one plan of it. I don't know, but I think honestly, me, I'm the kind of person who feel that people should coexist, find a way to coexist. Whether you fight at the beginning of the war, whether you fight in the war, at the end of everything, I'll sit at the negotiation table and we'll talk. The World War and World War II, everybody had to sit at the negotiation table and say, look, we need to talk. Okay, so I feel this party should come to talk. They should see those hostilities for the sake of the people living there, the women and the children, so that people can coexist. Okay, Israel should still try and tone down, because if they can't just say you want to wipe out people completely and say that's the solution. Then you say you want to take the land. Okay, I don't know, but I feel they should come to a compromise. That's what I think. Already, Hamas yesterday said to display the 48 hostages, which are using as a bargaining chip. The 48 hostages, they showed them on video yesterday and said and told Israel point blank yesterday that this is the last time they will see the 48 hostages and they will never see them again. Such rhetoric may also cause another issue. Okay, so they should try and get to the negotiation table and speak so that we can stop all this genocidal. Already, the whole world to me seems to be imploding. You have Ukraine, you even have Russia that's trying to cause an incursion into fellow native countries like Poland and the rest. If case not taken, one or two countries we want to begin to fight. So we should try and tone down the rhetoric and make sure and try and make sure that there is peace. I don't even know if Israel and the Palestinians, including the Palestinian Authority leader Abbas, will come to the negotiation table. I hope they do. But I think all that will actually depend on the United States under the leadership of President Donald Trump. But it seems as if it's not really that good in negotiation. Okay, I'm the kind of person who believes that a great leader, just like the Bible says in the book of James, should be quick to hear but slow to speak. There's some rhetoric as a leader like Donald Trump. You should not just go and start saying things the way you are, the way you want, and say at some point he said he's ready to give every member of Gaza $5,000 to leave Gaza. This is their ancestral. They feel this place there. They feel is their ancestral land. If somebody comes to the US and says, "Who will give your people $10,000 to leave the US?" How would you feel? You understand? So they should try and come to the to the negotiation table. That's what I feel. Recently, yesterday, he has said he wants to go back to Afghanistan to go and take the background air base that the United States built. Such rhetoric, like just the one he said about Gaza, it's going to cause more problems. You should try and bring these people to the negotiation table so that this thing will end. Every day we hear of Israel bombing Gaza. People are going, 650,000 people have been wiped out of 2 million. How many people are you think are remaining there? That's ongoing. That's genocide in itself. Okay, it has to be stopped. When Hitler wiped out 6 million Jews, the world came together how to stop it. Okay, but at this point, we need to stop what's going on there. It's not good, honestly. Thank you.
Honestly speaking, that's my thinking also. What's happening? You know, some scholars, historians said in every decade we have an atrocity that happens in the world. During the 19th century, we had the Armenian genocide. During the 20th century, we had the massacre, the Holocaust of the Jew in the Nazi Germany. And what we are witnessing today in the 21st century might be the atrocity of this century. So actually, the leadership of the world have failed. United Nations have failed. Recently, the Amnesty International, the United Nations, a lot of organizations have considered the war in Gaza as genocide. But the primary issue is that the root cause of the problem have not been solved. And to me, I think it is we are a long way from solving the crux of the problem. Because of the crux of the problem is self-determination. How would you keep occupying people, keep denying them the fundamental human right, and expect them to remain calm and be taking that oppression without resisting? That's why most of the people in Gaza and a lot of people in the world today, even in the Western world, does not consider Hamas as a terrorist organization, considering the fact that Gaza has been under occupation since 1970 and 1948, and the world have not shown any interest in making sure that the people of Gaza have gotten their genuine self-determination as a people and their rights as human beings. So the recognition of the state of Palestine by UK, Canada, and Australia is geopolitically significant. It signals a growing international consensus on the two-state solution, even if the practical path to peace remain blocked. Supporters argue it gives Palestinians legitimacy in global diplomacy. Critics argue it rewards one side while conflict continues. What this shows is a shift in Western foreign policy thinking. Traditionally, countries like the UK and Canada were cautious, but the humanitarian toll in Gaza has accelerated calls for balance. Still, recognition alone does not guarantee peace. Without direct negotiation, security assurance for Israel, and governance reform within Palestinian leadership, the recognition risks being symbolic rather than transformative. The key point is that international recognition is a step, but peace requires political will on both sides and pressure from global powers to turn recognition into resolution. More than 150 countries now recognize Palestine, but peace remains elusive. Thus, recognition without resolution risks deepening the crisis rather than solving it. Real quick, Mr. Kevin.
Yeah, let me say that if two people are fighting, can you hear me? If two people are fighting and they start discussing about peace, and at the end one of them starts shooting again, that peace process, that peace that they wanted to get is delayed, right? The fighting continues. That's where I look at the Middle East. There is peace. One of them starts shooting again. The thing starts. Another fighting starts. It elongates. You want to come back to the table before you know what's happening. Another one starts shooting. That seems to be what's going on. I think they should really get serious and really sit down and make sure that there's peace in the Middle East. I hope there will. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kevin. Before we draw the curtain, I would like to invite DDM instructor, Mrs. Oluchi, to come and talk about the next cohort 6. You're welcome, Mrs. Oluchi.
I'll meet your mic.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Ibrahim. Okay, so my name is Oluchi, and I'm an instructor at DDM Academy. So today I just want to give an overview of what DDM Academy offers and what we are currently doing, and so that everyone out there will have an idea of what we stand for. So generally, DDM Academy is a place where people learn digital and media skills. So we get people around the globe, both on-site and online learners come to learn, irrespective of your location. So currently, we started the cohort 6. We have done cohort 1, 2, 3, 4, and down to 6. And we just got started, though some courses are like officially starting this week. So I just want to let everybody know out there that if you're someone that wants to learn a digital skill, and we are always here to help. So what are the two skills that we do? What do we offer? We offer a lot of skills ranging from front-end development, UI/UX design, back-end development, digital marketing, graphic design, project management, video editing, photography, a lot. So we are always here to guide students. If you're someone that is actually close to Anambra State, we have an accommodation for you. We are located at Mbako in Anambra State. So most of our students come and they rent an accommodation, and they'll be able to have an interaction with their instructors. So we also have the online learners. So because your location is not a barrier, that is what you're going to know. So we have online learners, and these online learners also get everything they ought to learn, because apart from us guiding them, they also get to have recordings to be able to watch through and learn on their own with extra resources out there for them to learn. So we guide our students, we mentor them even up to the level that they are going to be able to put out their self and get a job even after the learning process. So apart from that, we offer internship opportunities for people, for our best learners. So our best learners stand the opportunity to get an internship with us. They'll be able to get real life experience. So we have a lot to offer. So if you're someone out there and you're looking forward to learn a digital skill or even a media skill, we are right here and available. So enroll now so that you will join the cohort 6 and you'll be able to get the skills. At least by the beginning of next year, you'll be proud and you will know how far you have gone. And trust me, you're making the best decision. You're making the best decision. So I look forward to everyone out there that is listening. I look forward. So just send us a DM on any of our social media platforms to connect with us, to ask us more questions about these skills. And just to let you know, it's not expensive. It's quite affordable, very affordable. Unlike what is out there now. I know it's expensive to learn a digital skill out there, but ours is affordable, accommodation is affordable. So just reach out to us and you will not be disappointed. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Salute. As we draw the curtain on today's morning show, let us pause and connect the dots. In Florida, the name of Nigeria is whispering in court documents, not for innovation or progress, but for alleged stolen wealth. In Katsina, gun roar louder than promises, and peace is negotiated at the barrel of a weapon. And across the ocean, Palestine gained recognition, yet peace remains a dream deferred, suspended between hope and hostility. What do these stories tell us? They tell us that power without integrity breeds scandal, that peace without justice breeds insecurity, and that recognition without resolution breeds conflict. But more importantly, they remind us that nations rise or fall not by the weight of their challenges, but by the courage with which they confronted them. Nigeria must decide, will we export corruption or integrity? Will we dialogue with criminals or deliver justice? Will we watch the world define its future while we stumble in our past? Here on DDM Morning Show, we are committed to asking the question that pierces through the noise, because Africa deserves not just news, but truths. Don't forget to like this video, hit that notification bell to get alerted when we drop a new content. I am Ibrahim Umaru with my co-host, Mr. Kevin Jacob and Mrs. Oluchi. Thank you for joining us this morning. Stay curious, stay courageous, and above all, stay committed.
Until tomorrow. Thank you.
Good morning and God bless you.